everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of GoSpeakly English Podcast. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Daniel. And wow, are we excited to have you here today.
Oh my goodness, yes! You know what, Daniel? Today's topic is something that literally everyone needs. Like, seriously, everyone.
Absolutely. I mean, we all get sick sometimes, right? We all have those days when we wake up and think, something's not right.
Exactly. So today we're talking about how to talk about your health problems, whether you're at the doctor's office or just chatting with a friend. And trust me, this is super important.
Super important. Because imagine this. You're feeling terrible, you go to the doctor, and then you can't explain what's wrong. That's frustrating.
Oh, I know. I remember once, years ago, I had this weird pain in my stomach, and I went to the doctor, and I was like, my stomach, it hurts here? I sounded like a 5-year-old.
Oh no. But that's exactly why we're here today, folks. We're going to make sure you never have that problem again.
That's right. And before we jump in, if you're enjoying this podcast, do us a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe to GoSpeakly English Podcast, and turn on notifications because we upload new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yes, 3 times a week, we're here to help you speak better English, so don't miss out.
All right, so Daniel, let's start with the basics. When you're not feeling well, what's the first thing you usually say?
I usually say, I don't feel good, or maybe I feel sick.
Perfect. Those are great starting points. But here's the thing. We want to be a bit more specific, right? Because I don't feel good could mean so many things.
Oh yeah, true. Like, are you tired? Do you have a headache? Is your stomach upset? There are so many possibilities.
Exactly. So let me give you some really common expressions that English speakers use every single day. Ready?
Ready.
Okay, so if you have a cold, when your nose is running and you're sneezing, you can say, I have a cold. Simple, right?
Super simple. I have a cold. Got it.
Now, if your head is hurting, you say, I have a headache. Not, I have a pain in my head, just, I have a headache.
I have a headache. Okay, that's easy to remember.
And if your stomach is bothering you, you can say, I have a stomach ache, or my stomach is upset, or even, I have an upset stomach.
Ooh, 3 different ways. I like that. So, I have a stomach ache, my stomach is upset, or I have an upset stomach.
Yes, all 3 work perfectly. Now, here's something interesting. In English, we use the word ache for certain body parts.
Ache? Like A-C-H-E?
Exactly. So we say headache, stomach ache, toothache, backache. You see the pattern?
Oh, I do. So if my tooth hurts, I say I have a toothache. If my back hurts, I say I have a backache.
Perfect. You got it. But, and this is important, we don't say I have a leg ache or I have an arm ache. That sounds weird.
Really? So what do we say then?
For other body parts, we usually say, my leg hurts, or my arm hurts, or I have pain in my knee.
Ah, okay. So headache, stomach ache, toothache, backache. But for everything else, we just say it hurts or I have pain in.
Exactly. You're catching on so fast. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a fever?
Oh yeah, definitely. Last winter, I had a really bad fever.
Okay, so how would you say that in English?
I have a fever?
Perfect. I have a fever. And if you want to be more specific, you can say, I have a high fever, or I'm running a fever.
Running a fever? That's a funny expression. I'm not actually running anywhere.
I know, it's just an expression. It means you currently have a fever, like right now, at this moment.
Got it. So I have a fever, I have a high fever, or I'm running a fever.
Yes. Now, here's something really useful. When you go to the doctor, they're going to ask you questions, and you need to be ready to answer them clearly.
Ooh, this is important. What kind of questions?
Well, the doctor might ask, how long have you been feeling this way? Or when did this start?
So I need to talk about time, right?
Exactly. So you might say, I've been feeling sick since yesterday, or it started 3 days ago, or I've had this pain for a week now.
Okay, let me practice. I've been feeling sick since yesterday. It started 3 days ago. I've had this pain for a week now.
Beautiful. That's perfect. And notice how we use different expressions. Since yesterday, 3 days ago, for a week. These are all different ways to talk about time.
Yeah, I noticed that. Since yesterday, that means from yesterday until now, right?
Exactly. And 3 days ago means counting back. Today, yesterday, the day before, 3 days back.
Got it. And for a week means this has been going on for the whole week.
Perfect. You understand it completely. Now, let's talk about describing how you feel, because sometimes it's not just, I'm sick. You want to explain more, right?
Right. Like, how bad is it? What does it feel like?
Exactly. So here's some really useful words. If the pain is really bad, you can say it's severe, or it's intense, or it's really bad.
Severe, intense, really bad. Okay.
And if it's not too bad, you can say it's mild, or it's not too bad, or it's just a little uncomfortable.
Mild, not too bad, a little uncomfortable. Got it.
Now here's where it gets interesting. You can describe the type of pain. Is it a sharp pain, like a knife, or is it a dull pain, like a constant ache?
Ooh, that's detailed. So sharp pain is like, ouch, really quick and hurting?
Yes, exactly. Sharp pain is sudden and intense. Like if you cut your finger, that's sharp pain.
And dull pain is more like a constant, ongoing ache.
Perfect. Like if you sit in a bad position for too long and your back starts hurting, that's usually a dull pain. It's not super intense, but it's annoying and it won't go away.
Ah, I totally understand that. I've had that before.
We all have. Now, there's also throbbing pain. You know when it feels like your heart is beating in that area? Boom, boom, boom.
Oh yeah, like when you have a really bad headache and you can feel it pulsing?
Exactly. That's throbbing pain. So you could say, I have a throbbing headache, or my tooth is throbbing.
This is so helpful. Sharp pain, dull pain, throbbing pain. I'm learning so much.
Awesome. Now, let me give you a real-life example. Imagine you go to the doctor and they ask, can you describe the pain?
Okay.
You could say, it's a sharp pain in my lower back. It started yesterday and it's getting worse. Sometimes it's really intense and sometimes it's just uncomfortable.
Wow, that's a complete answer. The doctor would totally understand that.
Exactly. You're giving them all the information they need. Where is the pain? What kind of pain? When did it start? How bad is it?
That makes so much sense. So it's like telling a story, giving all the details.
Yes, that's a great way to think about it. Now, what about when you're talking to a friend, not a doctor, just a casual conversation?
Oh, that's different, right? More casual.
Exactly. So with a friend, you might say, I feel terrible today. I think I'm coming down with something.
Coming down with something. What does that mean?
It means you're starting to get sick. Like you're not completely sick yet, but you can feel it coming. Maybe you're a little tired, a little achy. You know it's coming.
Oh, like you're catching a cold or something.
Exactly. You're catching a cold, you're coming down with something. Both mean the same thing. So your friend might ask, oh no, what's wrong? And you could say, I don't know, I'm just feeling really run down. My throat is a bit scratchy and I'm exhausted.
Run down? Is that like tired?
Yes, run down means you have no energy. You're tired, you just feel blah. Like you've been working too much or not sleeping enough.
Blah. I love that word. It's so descriptive.
Right? Sometimes English speakers just say, I feel blah, and everyone knows exactly what you mean.
That's perfect. So, I feel terrible. I'm coming down with something. I feel run down. I feel blah. These are all casual ways to tell a friend you're not feeling well.
Exactly. And your friend will probably say, oh, you should rest, or make sure you drink lots of water, or maybe you should see a doctor.
Yeah, friends always give advice.
They do. And speaking of advice, let's talk about what the doctor might tell you, because you need to understand their instructions, right?
Oh, absolutely. This is important.
So the doctor might say, take this medication twice a day. That means 2 times a day, usually morning and night.
Twice a day, morning and night. Got it.
Or they might say, take 1 pill every 6 hours. So you need to space them out every 6 hours.
Every 6 hours. So like 8 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 8 at night, and 2 in the morning again?
Exactly, you've got it. Now, they might also say, take this with food, or take this on an empty stomach.
With food means while I'm eating.
Yes, or right after you eat. It means don't take it when your stomach is empty because it might upset your stomach.
And on an empty stomach means before eating.
Exactly. Usually in the morning before breakfast. Some medications work better that way.
This is really useful. I never knew how to ask about this stuff before.
I know, and you can always ask the doctor, should I take this with food or without? Or can I take this in the morning? They're there to help you.
That's true. Doctors want you to understand.
Absolutely. Now, what if you have allergies? You need to tell the doctor about that, right?
Oh yes, that's super important.
So you would say, I'm allergic to penicillin, or I have an allergy to peanuts, or I can't take aspirin because I'm allergic.
I'm allergic to, I have an allergy to, I can't take because I'm allergic. All of these work?
Yes, they all work perfectly, and the doctor will write it down in your file so they never give you that medication.
That's so important because allergies can be dangerous.
Very dangerous. So always tell your doctor about any allergies. Even if you think it's not important, tell them.
Absolutely. Better safe than sorry.
Exactly. Now, before we move to part 2, let me give you a quick summary of everything we've covered so far.
Yes, a quick review.
Okay, so we learned how to say you're sick. I have a cold, I have a headache, I have a stomachache. We learned about ache words, headache, toothache, backache. And for other body parts, we say, my leg hurts, or I have pain in my knee.
Right, and we learned about describing pain, sharp, dull, throbbing.
Yes, and we learned how to talk about time. Since yesterday, 3 days ago, for a week. We also learned casual expressions for talking to friends. I'm coming down with something. I feel run down. I feel blah.
And we learned about doctor's instructions. Twice a day, every 6 hours, with food, on an empty stomach.
Perfect. And we learned how to talk about allergies. I'm allergic to, I have an allergy to.
Wow, that's a lot. And we're only in part 1.
I know, there's so much more coming in part 2. We're going to talk about specific symptoms, how to ask questions at the doctor's office, and even some emergency situations.
Oh, emergency situations. That's crucial.
It really is. So everyone, don't go anywhere. We're taking a quick breath here, and then we're jumping right into part 2.
And remember, if you're loving this podcast, smash that like button and subscribe to GoSpeakly English Podcast. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with new episodes.
That's right. All right, let's continue with part 2. Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2 of how to talk about your health problems.
And we're diving even deeper now. Part 1 was amazing, but part 2, this is where it gets really practical.
Absolutely. So Daniel, let's talk about specific symptoms, because when you go to the doctor, they're going to ask you very specific questions.
Right. Like, what exactly is bothering you?
Exactly. So let's start with common cold and flu symptoms. If your nose is blocked, you can say, my nose is stuffed up, or I have a stuffy nose, or even I'm all congested.
Stuffed up, stuffy nose, congested. Okay. And what if my nose is running, like dripping?
Great question. You say, my nose is running, or I have a runny nose. It's that simple.
Runny nose, stuffy nose. English is interesting.
It is. Now, what about coughing? You would say, I have a cough, or I can't stop coughing.
I have a cough. I can't stop coughing. Got it.
And if your throat hurts, you say, I have a sore throat. Not a painful throat or a hurting throat, just a sore throat.
Sore throat. Okay, I'll remember that.
Good. Now, what about sneezing? You would say, I keep sneezing, or I've been sneezing all day.
I keep sneezing. I've been sneezing all day. Perfect.
Now let's talk about stomach problems, because these are super common and sometimes a bit embarrassing to talk about.
Oh, yeah. But we need to know how to explain them.
Exactly. So if you feel like you might throw up, you can say, I feel nauseous, or I feel like I'm going to throw up, or I have an upset stomach.
Nauseous. That's the medical word, right?
Yes, nauseous is the proper medical term, but I feel like I'm going to throw up is what most people say in everyday conversation.
Got it. And what if you actually do throw up?
You would say, I threw up, or I vomited. Vomit is the medical term, but threw up is more common.
Threw up, vomited. Okay. And what about diarrhea?
Yes, that's important to know. You would say, I have diarrhea. It's straightforward. The doctor needs to know.
Right. No point being shy about it.
Exactly. And the opposite problem, if you can't go to the bathroom, you say, I'm constipated, or I have constipation.
Constipated, constipation. Got it.
Now, these might seem like embarrassing topics, but remember, doctors hear this stuff every single day. It's totally normal for them.
That's true. They're professionals.
Exactly. Now let's talk about some other common symptoms. If you feel dizzy, like the room is spinning, you say, I feel dizzy, or I'm feeling lightheaded.
Dizzy, lightheaded. Are these the same?
Very similar. Dizzy usually means everything is spinning. Lightheaded means you feel like you might faint, like your head is floating.
Ah, I see the difference. So if the room is spinning, dizzy. If I feel like I might pass out, lightheaded.
Perfect. You got it. And speaking of passing out, if you actually faint, you say, I passed out, or I fainted, or I lost consciousness.
Passed out, fainted, lost consciousness. 3 ways to say the same thing.
Yes, lost consciousness is the most medical term. The doctor would understand all 3, but they might write lost consciousness in your file.
Interesting. Now, what about skin problems, like rashes or itching?
Good question. If your skin is itchy, you say, my skin is itchy, or I have an itch. If you have a rash, you say, I have a rash, or I broke out in a rash.
Broke out in a rash. What does that mean?
It means the rash appeared suddenly, like you were fine, and then suddenly, boom, you have a rash all over.
Ah, like it just appeared out of nowhere.
Exactly. Now, if you have a cut or injury, you need to know how to describe that too. A small cut is just a cut. A bigger cut might be a gash. And if it's bleeding, you say it's bleeding.
Cut, gash, bleeding. Okay.
And if you hurt yourself badly, you might say, I twisted my ankle, or I sprained my wrist, or I think I broke my arm.
Twisted, sprained, broke. What's the difference?
Twisted usually means you turned it the wrong way and now it hurts. Sprained means you injured the ligaments. It's more serious than twisted, but not as bad as broken. And broke means, well, the bone is broken.
Okay, so twisted is mild, sprained is medium, broke is serious.
Exactly. That's a great way to remember it. Now, let's talk about how to ask questions at the doctor's office because you need to understand everything clearly.
Yes, this is so important.
So if you don't understand something the doctor said, you can ask, could you explain that again, please? Or, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Could you repeat that? Could you explain that again? Could you repeat that? Perfect.
And if the doctor uses a word you don't know, you can say, "What does that mean?" Or, "I'm not familiar with that word. Could you explain it in simpler terms?"
Simpler terms. That's a great phrase. It is. Doctors know that not everyone understands medical language, so they're happy to explain things more simply.
That's good to know. I always felt shy asking questions.
Don't be shy. Your health is important. You have every right to understand what's happening with your body.
You're absolutely right.
Now, here are some questions you might want to ask the doctor, like, is this serious? Or do I need to worry about this? Or will this get better on its own?
Those are really useful questions.
Yes, and you might ask, how long will this take to heal? Or when should I start feeling better? Or should I come back for a follow-up?
Follow-up. What's that?
A follow-up is when you go back to the doctor after some time to check if you're getting better. Like the doctor might say, come back in 2 weeks for a follow-up.
Ah, like a checkup to see the progress.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about some emergency situations because, knock on wood, hopefully you never need this, but it's good to know.
Yes, emergency English is crucial.
So if you need to call for help, you say, I need help, or call an ambulance, or it's an emergency.
I need help. Call an ambulance. It's an emergency. Loud and clear.
Yes, and if someone else is hurt, you might say, someone is hurt, or we need a doctor, or please help, someone collapsed.
Someone collapsed. That means they fell down, right?
Yes, collapsed means they fell down suddenly, usually because they fainted or something serious happened.
Got it. This is really important information.
It is. Now, if you're in pain and need immediate help, you can say, I'm in severe pain, or I can't breathe properly, or I think I'm having a heart attack.
Wow, these are serious.
They are, but you need to know how to communicate clearly in emergencies. Every second counts.
Absolutely. Clear communication can save lives.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about some preventive care conversations, like when you go for a regular checkup.
Oh, when you're not sick, just checking everything is okay?
Yes, you might say, I'm here for my annual checkup, or I'd like to get a general health screening, or I want to make sure everything is okay.
Annual checkup. That means once a year.
Exactly. Annual means yearly. It's good to see your doctor once a year, even if you feel fine.
That's smart. Prevention is better than cure.
Absolutely. Now, the doctor might ask, are you taking any medications? And you need to list everything, even vitamins.
Even vitamins? Really?
Yes, the doctor needs to know everything you're putting in your body because some things can interact with each other.
Interact? You mean like affect each other?
Exactly. Some medications don't work well together, so always tell the doctor everything you're taking.
That makes sense. Better to give too much information than too little.
Exactly. Now, let me give you a complete example conversation. Imagine you're at the doctor's office, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
Doctor says, hello, what brings you in today? And you say, hi, doctor. I've been having really bad headaches for about a week now. They're mostly on the right side of my head and they're getting worse.
That's a great answer. Very detailed.
Right? Then the doctor asks, can you describe the pain? And you say, it's a sharp, throbbing pain. It comes and goes, but when it's there, it's really intense. Sometimes I feel dizzy too.
Wow, you're giving so much useful information.
Exactly. The more details you give, the easier it is for the doctor to help you. Then the doctor might ask, are you taking anything for the pain?
And you would say?
I tried taking some aspirin, but it doesn't really help much. The pain usually lasts for a few hours.
Perfect. See how natural that sounds?
Yes, it's just like having a conversation. You're telling your story, giving details, answering questions.
And the doctor is listening and trying to help.
Exactly. Now, before we wrap up, let me give you some final tips. Tip number 1. Always be honest with your doctor. Don't be embarrassed. Don't hide anything. They're there to help you.
Honesty is the best policy.
Absolutely. Tip number 2, Write things down before you go. If you have multiple symptoms or questions, make a list so you don't forget.
Oh, that's smart, because sometimes we forget things when we're nervous.
Exactly. Tip number 3, if you don't understand something, ask. There are no stupid questions when it comes to your health.
Ask, ask, ask. Got it.
And tip number 4, keep a record of your symptoms. When did they start? How often do they happen? How severe are they? This helps the doctor so much.
Like a health diary.
Yes, exactly like a health diary. It's super helpful.
These are amazing tips, Sophie.
Thank you. Now, Daniel, can you do a quick summary of everything we learned today?
Oh, absolutely. So today we learned how to describe common health problems like headaches, stomach aches, colds, and flu. We learned how to describe different types of pain, sharp, dull, throbbing. We learned time expressions like since yesterday, 3 days ago, for a week.
Perfect.
We also learned specific symptoms like stuffy nose, runny nose, sore throat, nauseous, dizzy, and lightheaded. We learned about injuries, twisted, sprained, broke, and we learned how to ask questions at the doctor's office.
Excellent summary. And we learned emergency phrases and how to have a complete conversation with your doctor.
Yes, this was such a comprehensive episode.
It really was. And you know what? I'm so proud of everyone who made it through this whole episode. You're really committed to improving your English.
Absolutely. And remember, folks, practice makes perfect. Try using these phrases in real life. Next time you're not feeling well, try explaining it in English.
Great advice. And if you have any questions or want us to cover specific topics, leave a comment below. We read every single one.
We do. We love hearing from you guys.
All right, everyone, that's it for today's episode of GoSpeakly English Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Remember, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with brand new episodes. So hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.
Yes, don't miss out. And if you enjoyed this episode, give us a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more learners like you.
And share this with your friends who are learning English. Help them learn too.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, stay healthy.
Stay healthy and keep speaking English with confidence.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.